Welcome, everyone. The ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this. The battle for the national championship and college football immortality. A moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. Two teams enter, one team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So Notre Dame will get the first crack on offense today. Well, here we go, Kirk. The energy in this place is tremendous. We are 60 minutes away from crowning a new national champion.
And think about it, Chris. These two teams have put everything into this to get to this stage and this opportunity. Let's see who can handle it better.
He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
Chris, really, that's all you want to see from this offense is the ability to just be efficient. If you can just avoid the mistake, make those first downs, be a great compliment to what you want to do running the football. It's a great chance of putting enough points up on the board to win this game.
Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is that offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
And the run moves the ball up to the 33.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
Solid gain in the running play. Third down now. Drop him back. They're going to throw for the first down. And he pulls in the catch. Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks.
In all of our prep work coming into this national championship, I really wondered how this secondary would hold up against this quarterback and this group of receivers. They better be ready to make some adjustments because right now, this quarterback is having his way with it.
Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. To throw, it's Leonard. Running out of time in the pocket. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. An explosive play. They finally grab him, but the ball moves inside the 25.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Evans. He is a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the cornerback gets him.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Notre Dame has moved now into the red zone. And now they run the draw play. Tackle, but first down.
Chris, this has been a fun opening drive to watch by this offensive coordinator, blending everything, mixing in run with pass, a lot of formations. This defense right now is guessing what's coming next. Now they're in that goal-to-go situation. Can they punch it in and get the touchdown they deserve?
Notre Dame lining up now for a 1st and goal. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Caught behind the line. It's Price. Tackled down at the 3 after the catch. Defense up against it now.
Well, Chris, it's a nice positive game, but let's face it. You're in the national championship. They've got to find a way to get this ball into the end zone.
See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And it's incomplete, very near the goal line. This defense is making it tough. Ball still at the 3. It's 3rd and goal. Play action fake, looking to throw. Pass rush closing in. And he just throws that one away. Took a big shot, but avoids the sack.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. They'll set up for the chip shot on the left hash mark. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Buckeyes offense takes the field. The first chance we had to see them today. And here we go, Kirk. This matchup on the edge that's going to go a long way to deciding this game. An elite wide receiver and a guy who doesn't believe anybody can beat him.
This is going to be like a boxing match where it's an all-out battle. 2 extremely gifted athletes competing on every snap. Better get your popcorn ready. See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
2nd down play coming up. To the air, it's Howard. Receiver makes the grab. Solid gain there. Moves the ball up to the 32.
Nice throw and catch here for the Buckeyes. You know, Chris, it's hard to think of a time when Ohio State didn't have an efficient and prolific quarterback under center.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. He hands it to the back. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. It's caught downfield. They stop him, but it's a 1st down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Makes a spectacular diving catch.
Chris, when that quarterback threw that football, I didn't think that play had much of a chance. How about the effort by this wide receiver to lay out and come up with that completion for positive yards?
The Buckeyes starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a 1st down.
Well, they've had an entire week to try to find weaknesses in this defense and how to attack. And here in the opening drive, they're using the receiver in motion to get him the ball in space and give him those blockers out in front. Great job of designing the play and great execution here by this offense.
Can he make it to the marker? And they pick up the first out of the 23, getting closer to the red zone.
Well, that's a good, hard, tough running there to get that first down to keep this drive alive. Early in this game, the offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
This will be the 9th play on the drive. On first down, it's play action. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
How about Notre Dame sending a backer here? He comes up with the sack. A little Rudy magic on this one.
Well, they've had some great linebacker play over the years. Of course, think about Manti Te'o, Jalen Smith, who's now in the NFL and had a great career in South Bend. Notre Dame with great history in playing linebacker.
Second down now after the sack. Looking to throw. It's Howard. It's a screen pass complete to the running back.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Buckeyes are in the red zone. Out of the gun now on third down. Makes a quick grab. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
First and 10 play coming up. So, Kirk, as we hit the quarter break here, Notre Dame has the lead. We've reached the end of one in this battle for the national championship. Before moving on, let's check out the stats so far. Well, they've flipped into the field. We're set for the second quarter, and the national championship trophy is in the building. Handoff here from the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down. So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Looking downfield. It's Howard. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. So a long, methodical scoring drive, great execution, the championship pressure, Kirk.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional on how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. Extra point makes the lead 4. Now they get set to kick it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. Kept out of the end zone last time, had to settle for a short field goal. Can they improve upon that here? And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so second and 6.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
important second down play coming up. And now the running back's got it again. The ball is loose. Offense with a crucial fumble recovery.
Wow, that is big-time awareness by his teammate to get on top of that football. As a result, they catch a break and are able to retain possession.
Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Defense is coming after him. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense.
Throwing the football here on 3rd down and short. How about the defense? They were not fooled at all. Before the quarterback had a chance to read any coverage at all, he's on his back because of that pressure.
Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? And they'll stop him after a short gain.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. That's exactly what we saw right there.
Scanning the field, it's Howard. And it's complete downfield. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. When he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The PAT is good, so it's a 14-3 lead. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the returner is brought down. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. There's the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the quarterback dropping back. And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. Tackle made after a solid gain. They spot the ball for 31.
That's a big-time play by this wide receiver from Notre Dame. You think about Notre Dame teams that have been able to get up into the national scene. They've always seemed to have a difference maker out on the perimeter, going way back to Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket, who is dynamic, most recently Chase Claypool. You got to have somebody out on the outside that can make plays to have a chance of winning these big games.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Back to pass. It's Leonard. Catch made on the out route. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. single back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, just stoned at the line of scrimmage by this defensive front. They have been having their way at the line of scrimmage the entire first half of this national championship. And if these guys do not find a way to become more than one-dimensional, there's no way they're going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. And he's got it. It's a big gain across midfield all the way to the 39-yard line.
Just great timing here with this quarterback and his wide receiver to pick up this first down. And really over the years, that's what Notre Dame's looking to get back to consistently, is being able to complement what they can do by running the football and to have a quarterback that can drop back and make the throw like this and keep the sticks moving and keep his offense out of harm's way.
Heavy pressure, he lets it go. Just gets the pass away, but took a shot that time. So second down after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Eighth play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to pass, it's Leonard. He's escaping the pocket now. They chase him down and tried to run for it, but it'll bring up fourth down.
Boy, he comes up just short of his first down, but a nice job of picking up some yards on third and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't quite enough to pick up the first down, but he gives them a chance.
So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. The field goal is good.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Return starts from inside the 5. Well, he's got a crease here. Look out. They get him down, but he found a good lane in that return. So the drive starts with pretty decent field position. And here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. Keeping it on the ground here. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Getting set. Here's second down. They're going to run it. Back gets the carry. The Buckeyes pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
First down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And the clock stops now for the 2-minute warning. A chance to strategize here before we reach halftime. Second down after that run on the previous play. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. Tipped and then drops. A chance to make a play, but instead it's third down.
It is really tough on a quarterback when he thinks he's got a completion and an open man downfield. The ball's just about to get to his receiver. Then out of nowhere, the defensive back steps in front of it and knocks away. Nice job.
Looking to pass. It's Howard. Lets it go quickly. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Whoa, talk about a big hit there. I think this guy holds on to this football at a critical third down if this linebacker doesn't lower the blow. Great timing on that hit to prevent the PI call and to get this team to fourth down.
The Buckeyes bring their punt team onto the field. Not a very good boot. Sets up the offense in great field position. And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. And looking for a big play here. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air.
Well, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, a nice accurate throw. But I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
A completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. And they get him down after the completion.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
He's a wide-open receiver, complete. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing. We're only in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. The extra point is good. Still down a point, 14-13. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And here's the return from inside the 5. Coverage team brings down the returner. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. Grab near the sticks. It's Henderson. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout. The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
Grab down the middle. It's Scott. Stop at the 43, but that's enough to make a first down.
Crispy gets so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. Right, the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and the quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Buckeyes will line up on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Howard. Bringing pressure. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. Incompletion makes it second down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. He's running out of time here. Just throws it away, but takes a big hit in the process.
And I talk to defensive coordinators all over the country, and they're quick to point out the term of affecting the quarterback. They kind of almost get offended when you want to talk to them about sacks. Sometimes it's just about getting into his face, affecting his vision. It's exactly what they did right here.
And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up 4th down now.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on third down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big fourth down coming up.
And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. So it's first down, but they'll just take a knee and head to halftime. Looks like the offense content to run the clock out here and go to halftime. Talk about the second half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, thanks. What else might we expect in a game of this magnitude? Everything on the line, the eyes of the sports world on this battle with the coveted gold trophy at stake. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. And with that, let's send it back to Chris and Kirk. Fellas, hard to believe we're only one half away from crowning a national champion.
And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Using his legs here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Offense getting set. It's second down. It's a quarterback keeper. Breaks loose at the 40. The tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
Man, is this guy difficult to deal with or what? When your quarterback can just say, I am pulling this down and I am taking off myself on the option. He has that kind of speed. As a defense, all you can do is just say your prayers.
Receiver in motion now. Off the play fake on first down. And he's got his man open downfield. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the plus 40.
Boy, another great throw and catch here by the Buckeyes, and it just makes you think back how far this offense has come from the days of being known at 3 yards in a cloud of dust to now being one of the more efficient passing offenses in the country. Year after year, you go back to Cardell Jones and J.T. Barrett, all the way back to Troy Smith, and most recently with C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields. Just another great quarterback that we're watching here today for the Buckeyes.
He'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss just having one of those dream performances.
That's caught. It's Smith. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The Buckeyes are in the red zone. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Here's the second down play. Looking for a gap, it's Judkins. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
With the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. To throw, it's Howard. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. This is just quarterback wizardry. An amazing passing game with a national championship on the line tonight.
This might be as good of a quarterback performance as I've seen in a national championship in some time. The defense has got to try to do something to get him out of sync by trading the blitz or sit back and change up coverage, because what they've called up to this point just isn't working.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes it an 8-point game. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if we give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Return begins inside the 10. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Caught over the middle. It's Evans.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. Gonna run it. It's Love. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. And it's incomplete. He dropped the first down pass over the middle. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. To throw, it's Leonard. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Can they pick up the first on the ground? Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Good job up front by that offensive line, getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, they can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. And they'll go right back to him on first down. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking for some space. It's Love. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
You get to the national championship, Chris, you'd love to see more balance. They've not been able to run the football the entire game, putting everything on this quarterback in their passing game.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And they heave it deep downfield. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Well, it looked like the quarterback had everything that he needed there. Had great protection. The receiver ran a nice route. Just not able to convert there on that third down. Let's see what their decision is on fourth down coming up.
Punt team ready to boot it away. Son to kick it away, helping his team with field position. Oh, and it lands at the 4 and bounces in for a touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? The gain is 3 yards. Brings up a second down and 7.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
They'll hand it off. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. So a very makeable third down for this offense from the 26-yard line. Back to throw. It's Howard. Snags the quick throw. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
You know, with the lead in the national championship in the second half, there are a lot of offensive coordinators around the country that would be more conservative, run the ball, keep the clock moving. I love the fact that this offensive coordinator takes a chance here, throws the football, shows the confidence he has in a quarterback, and it really pays off for him.
Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Second down after that previous play. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Pressure is coming. Grab down the middle. It's Abuka. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game, they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
The Buckeyes line up on 1st and 10 now. Tries the right with a quick throw. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. They bring him down, but a big chunky yardage on the play.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeye offense. You think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years. Go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s. And, of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So many great receivers, and it's been fun to watch this young man today.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Launching downfield. He's got it right near the end zone. And he scores. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Boy, what patience here by this quarterback. I thought he might try to get it downfield, get a little impatient. Instead, why not just check it down to the most gifted guy on your team? Get him out in space, let him do the rest of the work for a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. Point after makes it a 15-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. Last drive stalled and were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
Well, there's just so many things happening on these read option plays, and they happen fast. This defense has done a good job of trying to prevent this quarterback from hitting the big play. He gets some yards here, but at least he didn't get out for a big gainer.
Now it's second down here. Looking to throw. It's Leonard. Grab made by the tight end. Moves the ball out across the 30, and that's good for a first down. Well, Kurt, Ohio State has the lead here after 1. We've reached the end of the third quarter in this national championship battle that has lived up to the hype. For the final period, let's check out the game stats. As we head to the final quarter of this showdown, we're going to find out who can really make the plays when it counts the most. Handoff to the right side. Just a small gain, looking at 2nd and 9. The offense with 5 receivers now, empty backfield. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Fires it to the wideout. He makes the grab. And the gain just good enough for a 1st down.
Well, it's another positive play, but man, look at the clock and look at the score. You still need a couple touchdowns to be able to get yourself back into this game and have a chance to win it. So you got to keep moving here and keep taking those shots downfield.
This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Collins. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the +40.
Chris, here we are in the 4th quarter. These guys are trailing. Had been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. To the air, it's Leonard. The pocket breaking down. Tries to avoid the rush and just gets rid of it. Able to get the pass away, but took a hit that time. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Always have to be careful on the sideline not to step out accidentally. The wide receiver does a good job here on the route to bring the ball in while on a tightrope.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. An inside give now from the shotgun. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Makes the grab. It's Harrison. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
And the long drive continues. The offense just grinding away here. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Catch made by the tight end. They stop him at the 4, but it sets up this offense with a 1st and goal.
I love to see this team fighting the way they are. Picking up a 1st down on that 3rd down shows you they still believe. They still think they got a shot to come back and compete in this game.
The Irish offense comes up here on 1st and goal. On the run, it's Lowe. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Well, I just love to see an offense finish off a drive. You get inside that 5-yard line, you've got to be able to pound the ball to the goal line and into the end zone. Great job to finish it off.
They're set now to try the PAT. PAT is good. They still trail, though. Getting getting set to kick the ball off now. Turner choosing to field this one. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. Suddenly, this is a tighter game. We'd love to build a drive, choose some clock. How aggressive will they get with the play call? They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Throws it to the right. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Takes the handoff. It's Henderson. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line, the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
See what the call is on 1st and 10. It's a shotgun run call. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Ball handed off. Tackle at the 40. That'll earn a fresh set of downs.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this first down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder, with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing, the defense sitting back in their base, I thought they might be in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, turning the blitz loose, trying to create some plays to get the football back.
Caught over the middle. It's a Buka. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
Good job bleeding the clock on this drive so far. They'll come up on a second down. And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, with the lead here, this is where you want to just take your time. The defense, as we know, they are looking to do anything they can to create an aggressive play to try to create a turnover. So you got to work that clock, but also protect the football. I'm sure the coach right now is preaching to all his guys and reminding them about ball security at this point in the game.
Back to throw. It's Howard. Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a 4th down.
It's a good job by the defense here on this 3rd down, and now it's going to bring up a big 4th down play and a decision here for the head coach.
Buckeyes will have to kick it away. No fair catch. Looking to return this punt. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Can't get it away. The defense has got him. What a huge stop at this stage of the game. Second down and long from the 9-yard line. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball.
Between the defensive scheme and the athletic ability of this front and the linebackers getting pressure as well, the way they've been able to harass this quarterback has a lot to do with why they're enjoying such a big lead in the national title.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now.
Well, they get the completion, but they don't come up with a first down. Probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so now they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their fourth down play.
Down 1 possession in the fourth quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on fourth down. They need to convert. He'll drop back. Finds his man. It's Collins. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a fourth down stop. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. The Buckeyes enter the final minute of play, just hoping to run this clock out. Takes the handoff again. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. And that'll do it. We have a national champion.